Yes, unmute my freaking mic, you stupid bastard. I hate... Why is that default? Hey, Winnie, can you close my door? Why is that default? Hey, Winnie, can you close my door? I love you.
I love you.
No.
Yeah. And that's final.
Alright, everybody. There's no one on right now. Isn't going to have anybody on. So I'll show this off. I mean, it's not like it's all that different. But, yeah. Let's just go start building. Basically, during my time away, I took, I think, all of December off, which is nuts because I still had about 90-something views during that month. Most of them from the Last of Us video that I posted like a year ago. For whatever reason, that one just gets steady views, and I don't know why. But last few days, I've been collecting all the stone I can get my freaking hands on, so I can just go out here and build. That's what we're gonna do. Don't need 2 pickaxes on my hotbar. Okay. I did think of a cool design with this thing, so I'm gonna start doing that. It's gonna be real good. And the reason why I haven't turned all that stone into the wall texture is because I might need it to turn into smooth stone. I think that's what it's called. That's the, you can see from this, that's kind of like the accent I'm going with. So I didn't want to have to go get more stone just in case I didn't need that much stone that I have, which I don't know if I'm going to need that much stone. Probably. It's going to be pretty tall. I mean, it's already on its 2nd floor, and it's level with the 1st floor, so 1st floor of that. It's probably going to go up to its 3rd floor in height, so it's going to be a pretty big, it's going to be the biggest one I've built, I think. I think it's the biggest building I've built. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Oh, okay. Well, I'm kind of upset with myself in the past for building that little hallway there and designing the whole damn thing before doing this, because the design's gonna be a little off. Nope, note to self: build everything first and then design it. I don't know if did I do that with this one? I'm not sure if I did the design per floor, or did I build it first and then do the designs? I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was a very long time ago. It was 2 years ago. No, more than that now. Would have been, yeah, about 2 years. It's before Elden Ring came out. So yeah. I guess technically the biggest thing I've built is the wall around everything. That took forever. Yeah, I think that actually took the most amount of stone so far. I really mined out the bulk of that little cave in the basement. So, with just that. So, yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest thing I've built. And it still needs to be designed, and I need to build all the stuff on that. I need to remember how to build those. Yeah. Problem with getting bored with a project in the middle of it is coming back later to relearn how to do it. And also the reason I got bored with it is because literally everything was exactly the same. So this is where I stopped. Every single one of those is exactly the same dimensions. So there's no like creativity. It's just kind of printing. Really, like it's really what it is. You're just printing. When you build buildings like this, you really get to like do stuff with it, and it's really fun. Like I was building this building, I didn't even have a design. Let's not do that. Let's do this. I'm gonna have to do this later, so I don't need to break this down yet. But this for sure. For right now. And if you're asking why I haven't done like a roof, especially over these parts that I'm not going to be building up anymore, biggest reason is just monster spawning. If I fall, you know, and let's say I live, which this height I won't, but let's just say I do, or if I drop something, I have to get down there, or whatever, for whatever reason I have to go down there. I don't want there to be 1,000 mobs. Plus, before I put the roof on, I'd like to put torches down, just so because I'm going to have to do the landscape inside of here all flat, you know, and put brick down and whatnot, and I'd rather there not be 1.5 million monsters spawning everywhere when I do that. That's kind of the problem I had with the top floor. That's going to be the master bedroom. I did come up with a design for that I kind of want to do, but I also hate doing interiors. It's just not that fun. I might do it on my off time, like as an off stream. So, yeah. But so the idea here is this platform that I'm building right now is going to go up probably to the top of the second floor or the first floor at least. I think that would make sense. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, at least that way I'd have like some dimensions and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go up there, and then the middle's gonna go up to probably the second floor. And then I'm going to even go further into the middle, like probably 3 or 4 blocks deep in the middle, and have that go up. It doesn't make any sense when I explain it, but you'll see. I also got this new Bluetooth aux cord thing that lets me use my Bluetooth earbuds to listen to the games. You guys don't have to have any... You don't have to have any echo. And it will allow me, if I'm playing with other people, that they can just connect to that and yeah. Or I give my other earbud after cleaning it, obviously. That way we don't have to have any echo. It's still the same mic. And so until I start making money on YouTube, which is not going to be for a while, I am not going to upgrade the mic. And again, the mic might be what's holding me back from making money. I don't know. I will say, even though that one Last of Us video gets a lot of views, it does not get long retention rates. It's like 40 seconds or something. And it's because majority of people, just in general, whether it be through like big YouTubers or not, majority of people will click on a video for like a minute. Which is why a lot of creators like Mr. Beast and stuff, they optimize their first minute of their video. Okay, let's start heading back because it's getting dark. They'll optimize the first minute of their video to have a hook and stuff, which is kind of hard when you're just streaming. I could do it if I was like editing stuff, I guess. But stuff like this would be so boring to edit. Like, what the heck do I cut out? What the heck do I keep? You know? Like, this is what my stream should be. It's just games like this. Or projects like this. There's also like Elden Ring. Like, I don't want to cut around with Elden Ring. I do want to get into editing, and I could edit my VODs like with Elden Ring or with Last of Us and stuff. Because next week on Tuesday, I will be playing Last of Us Remastered. Oop. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, we'll be playing Last of Us Remastered. Probably mostly just the new mode. I do want to play through the whole thing, but I just did a playthrough with it. And since Jordan has not gone through Last of Us 2 yet, I might do a full playthrough with him, but I'm not sure. His schedule is crazy, and my schedule is less crazy, but still like pretty out there. Still trying to think of how I'm going to do the outside design of this thing, but that's for a different me to figure out. A lot of people might be wondering why I don't just do this on creative, build castles like this, because it's not fun. I mean, I will build temporary, like, proof of concepts on creative. It's pretty much the extent of how much I use creative, is just proof of concepts. Because I don't find it very fun. The fun part about this is like the achievement, and then also getting to see your achievement over and over and over again because you're playing just normal Minecraft. Like, I could bring anyone to the server and show them this is what I built on survival, and already like it's just showing them the cave down the stairs. I mean, I had people who go on to here. Wait, what is this called? Okay, so I was just checking what I called the stream. Um, okay, I need to go get some more stone. It just, like, I'll build something creative, and yeah, maybe it'll take me, 6 hours to do that. Who knows? But it's always, like, lame to me. Alright. It's just faster to do it this way. I don't really like doing it this way. Why do I have to have this? There we go. Alright. I mean, I used to, when I was younger, I used to love building stuff on creative. But the thing was, I always did it with the idea of I'm gonna come back and play this on survival afterwards. But just the fact that you can't get achievements, and also like I've already gone on creative on this profile, it always like deterred me from doing it. Every time I play a game, like The Sims, for instance. If I play The Sims, and I don't care about the achievements when I'm playing it, but the moment I put in a cheat that tells me that, like, oh, you won't be able to earn achievements after this, the moment I put in a cheat, all, like, the fun factor goes down. And I get really bored. I don't know what it is. It's like the moment I stop, like, earning it or whatever, I stop having fun, which is kind of weird in a way. And the same thing will happen in survival, where I'm done with the project. Like, after I finish that castle and got it to where it is right now, I stopped playing for months. And then Elden Ring came out, and then all these other games are coming out, and I had so much other stuff to do. Didn't pick it up till, let's see. I didn't pick it back up until way later. And then I hated playing it around a certain person, because he would just tell me what to do all the time in it. So I just stopped playing it then, too. But I also did dig the tunnel there, so I guess I did do the tunnel digging. I don't know if I ever streamed that. I didn't want to stream Minecraft for the longest time, because I didn't want to become a Minecraft streamer. But I also don't see a whole lot of Minecraft streamers doing what I'm doing, which is just crazy survival mega builds. I mean, I'd say though, if you've never done a mega build in survival, it is like the best way to play this game. Especially if it's on a server where other people can just happen upon it. It's so fun. And it's like, it's pretty, like, you'd think that, like, mining so much would get really boring. And it does. But it's really nice to just put, like, videos in the background and just zone out for, like, an hour while mining stuff. stairs do you have to go up? Quite a few. Quite a few. Heck, all the stone I collected might just be used up on doing this. Takes, what, 2 to go all the way around? 264 stacks? Or 3? Kind of takes up 3, doesn't it? Hello, viewer. I am building a castle. I haven't streamed in over a month. And in that time, I gathered so much stone that it would make you go dizzy. All for the sole purpose of finally finishing a project at all. After I finish this castle right here, it's not even finished. I haven't done the top, inside. But after finishing that castle, all I have are like 18 half done projects. Because I just get bored of projects way too fast. Especially when it's like the wall right here. Each one of these pillars right here are the exact same. I did like a dozen of them. And then I was just like, oh my freaking gosh, I have to do something else. I built a nice bridge. I actually really do like the bridge. Bridge is solid. But it's always scary when I leave these projects for a long time, because if I come back, like this one, for instance, I left this for a few months. And when you come back, you're just like, what the freak was I even thinking about doing here? Like, I'm kind of scared to go back to doing those pillars. And I have to do them. I can literally teach people how to do them. But the problem is I don't remember how to do them. I don't remember, because they're all very counted out. Like, the dimensions of it are all counted. So it's like 4 across and 4 across the other way or something. I don't remember. That's the problem. So I have to go and dissect one to see how it's done, and then remember how to build it, because that is a whole different thing. I had to do a lot of like trial and error with those, especially at the bases, because I didn't know how big I wanted the bases to be and how I would do it with the wall still there. And I actually do think I actually mine out the wall. That way I have some extra stone for the pillars. But it's still like, still kind of sucks. To be honest, I probably should have just went out to that one. Oh, shit. Yeah. Shoot. That way it's like both sides. One side more than the other, but shoot. Yeah, I think that would look better. So we're still keeping this how it is, because I have to build this up anyway. But gosh dang it. Okay. Let's go get some more stone while I'm down here. No, I don't have to stop in the middle to go get it. Waste daylight. Also, maybe some more chests. I'm gonna get rid of all these chests in here, and probably all the chests in here. But I just needed more space for just straight up stone. Because before I could only have one chest, which, to be honest, I never really prepared enough to use up more than one chest. But I have now, and it's going to last me quite a bit. or not even through a single chest over here out of, I think 12. Yeah, 12 chests. All full of 64 stacks of stone. And, well, if you're wondering what I was talking about earlier, about like what I'm getting different, is this. I'm not going to go all the way down there, because I want them to be different. Kind of crazy to think about how much stone I've actually already used. Like if I were to mine everything in this server, or everything in my little castle town here, like how many chests would it fill? Alright, I'm just going to do this a little bit for a while till it's at the same level. I don't know how I'm going to level out down there yet. Go off the lowest one or the highest. Probably gonna go off the lowest and just mine everything flat. That way, I don't know what I don't even know what I'm gonna put in there. You know. Well, I'm thinking this is gonna be like the study wing. It's gonna be libraries and stuff. Just a giant library with. That's where my enchantment table is gonna be. With an observatory on the top, I think. You might ask why I'm using this stone and stuff. Cobblestone castles don't look good. I wish I could just build it out of cobblestone. It would be so easy, so breezy, and just, oh my gosh. It would save so much time. Like, most of this I built without a silk touch pickaxe. All the stone I have right now is with silk touch, pretty much. Some of it I did smelt because I had some extra cobblestone, but I have a silk touch pickaxe. I found a mending book, and I've also found a skeleton spawner all around the same time, not with cheating or anything. It just happened to work out that way. And so since I found the skeleton spawner, I knew that if I got mending, I'd be able to fix up my pickaxe regularly. What I didn't think about was I should have upgraded my pickaxe to be Unbreaking 3 first instead of just Unbreaking 1. So I'm making another pickaxe. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but the pickaxe lets me get stone and I don't have to smelt it down, which is really nice. But now I have to stop every probably 30 minutes of mining to go heal up my pickaxe for 30 minutes and then go back to mining. The problem is my spawner also is like quite a far ways down the tunnels that I've dug, and so now I'm building like a railroad, but I also need iron for that. And since I don't need iron for pickaxes anymore, it's okay. But I also just I'm not looking for iron because I don't need it, and just to waste time like that when I could just mine, you know. That was my biggest problem is like you can make like cobblestone farms or whatever, I think. I bet I could figure out a way to make cobblestone farm, but my problem is to figure that out, get all the materials to do that, because I'm going to get out a bunch of redstone materials and a bunch of like things that do that. How much freaking cobblestone could I have just mined in that amount of time? Probably dozens, probably hundreds, maybe even 1,000. Who knows? But yeah. So I for the longest time when I was building the first castle, I wouldn't even get iron for my pickaxes. I just did stone pickaxes. And you might think I'm freaking crazy. I was. Basically, my thought process was this. Yeah, it might mine it faster, but I have to go find iron. Right? Which is the same thing in my process right now. Is like, it may be faster in the long run, but I'd have to go do all that stuff. How much work could I get done in the amount of time it takes me to do that stuff? So I slowly increased to iron pickaxes. So I did I think all of this actually with stone. And then when I started doing the wall, that's where I went to iron. Because I was like, oh my gosh, iron isn't that hard to find. I have a pickaxe that is enchanted with fortune. Or is it fortune, or is it, I think it's fortune. Is it fortune? Or is that what you put on the sword? I don't remember. Basically, like, if I find iron, it's not just like one iron at a time. It's 1 to like 5 iron at a time. And that really convinced me to just do iron, because it made it so even though I still have to go look for it, and I could potentially die with a bunch of lost time and stuff. The stone pickaxe mining is so slow, and the iron was so much faster. And then I got diamond pickaxes, but diamond's a lot harder to find, especially now with the new levels and stuff. So yeah, I am gonna mine this because it makes it hard to see. We're just gonna start the new layer right here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so let's run to the bed. I upgraded to iron pickaxes, and then I found a silk touch, and I was like, oh, that would be so freaking nice, So I would use silk touch, but I didn't have a whole lot of. I fixed it a few times, I think. I remember what part I was building. I think it was just part of the wall. I mined out the wall for a long time. Like a freaking long time. And so I was doing that, and it got too expensive to fix it. Since I didn't have an XP farm or anything, I couldn't go. I couldn't get the XP to fix it. Now, since I have an XP farm, it probably is. No, I think it gets too expensive after a while. The problem is I fixed that pickaxe too many times, and then put mending on it, and then it's now too expensive to do anything to it. Which sucks. Sucks a freaking ton. Yeah, I don't really want to start it over here. I want to start it by the wall so I know how much I need to go. I'm going to finish that tree eventually. I just got bored with it too. There's also the fact that like it's pretty much built. I just need to do the leaves, and the leaves are kind of the hard part. I'm gonna say it. They are kind of the hard part. Because, like, depending on how I do it, it's gonna look really stupid or really good. Okay, let's start it right here. But yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of fun. So I'm thinking already that I'm gonna do exactly what I'm doing on this side, on that side, on the second layer, and then on top, and then do what I was planning on doing anyway. Again, it probably doesn't make any sense to anybody else, but it does to me. The thing is, I think I have enough stone to do it. I was not going to stream today and stream next week and just mine out like everything this week. But I was like, no, I haven't streamed in a long time, and I have the stuff I need to just do it. So I might as well just go do it. Because I can very easily just, in between streams, go and mine. It's not like I'm going to get... Again, I burn out myself really fast on Minecraft usually because I'll just play it all day. And mine or do whatever. So I'll just have like 2 months where I just non-stop play Minecraft, and then I'll have a whole year where I just don't even touch the game. Trying to even think when I stopped working on the wall, like with those pillars. I mean, I would have started, it would have been getting, like, when I first got this new apartment. And I decided to, we're still in the first chest. Just got out of the first chest, out of 12. I think we have enough stone to, we may have enough stone to finish, but I doubt it. I think this is just going to get us to I doubt it's going to be enough. It's a lot of stone, don't get me wrong, but I doubt it's enough. Also, I didn't use scaffolding for the longest time. I used dirt. Dirt and ladders. Mostly just dirt. Especially on the wall and stuff. But then I got bamboo from my brother and have made a bamboo farm of my own. Scaffolding is just so good. It's like the best thing they've ever added to this game. For sure. Yeah. Again, I just kind of zone out when I play this game. Because I haven't posted any videos in a while, I don't think Sadis or I should have posted it in Discord that I was going to be streaming today. Still gonna post it, I guess. Yeah, that's good job. I doubt they got the notification for it. Oh, we're till 5 today, but I'm not gonna be streaming that long. I know, like, if I want to get serious into streaming, improve our app. I don't care. Alright, where's my chat? There we go. There we go. I'm not making a whole lot of plans with what I've been streaming. I did that in the past. I always would get a little burned out, so we're not doing that. We're not even doing big plans with videos or anything. Basically, the plan is right now to do Minecraft and Last of Us, and that's it. That is all I'm going to do for right now. Once one of those kind of like dies out, then I will go and do something new. I'm doing 2 things at a time. That's it. That's my new rule. 2 games. And I always have to have 2. I can do the one-offs when I get more popular and people actually watch them. But for now, it is just 2 games. The games I'm most excited for this coming year. I don't even know. I've looked at a lot of trailers and I've just been like kind of underwhelmed lately. This last year was definitely the year of disappointment in video games for me. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. That's totally fine. I kind of want to go and rank all the games that came out this year. And just kind of... There is a game that I would want to give a second chance to, and that's Jedi Survivor. My first impression of that game was not very good. But I also played it right when it launched. And I hate that that's a thing now, that when you play when it launches, it's just going to be a worse game than, you know, a month later. But I played it when it launched. And I did not like it because a lot of the... and again, it could definitely be new frame rates. I've noticed that on games like on especially like Souls-like games, the frame rates will really freaking mess me up when it comes to combat. Like, I just won't know the timings of stuff, and I don't know why. That is one of those games that I feel like it's either that or they completely change the combat somehow because it feels less good. Like than the first game. The first game felt very fine-tuned when it came to the combat, and less fine-tuned when it came to like not everything else, but some other things. That one feels like they fine-tuned some things, but at sacrifice of other things, and I didn't really like it. Like for example, there is a beast that you fight, a monster, that is in the first game, and it's actually like the first boss of the first game, like the first like area boss, and you can beat it at a very low level with very low healing. Then in the second game, there is that same monster that shows up pretty early, but if you're playing on anything above the easiest difficulty, he has like one-shot moves. He has abilities that will one-shot you. And these abilities are really hard to dodge. I just hate when there are dodge or parry mandatory moves in video games. I hate it. It's like in Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls, when is there a move that is mandatory parry ever? Never. There's never a move that's like that. Every single move is optional parry, maybe not optional parry, but a lot of the moves are optional parry. Every move is optional block or dodge. Oh, I guess no. There's still some that have to be dodged. Like, dodge is just the default. But you can dodge every single move. And I know you can, because there are people that literally no-hit the game. And they use a combination of parrying and dodging. Okay? Now, Sekiro does this really well, where they have like moves that have to be dodged because you cannot parry them. It's been a while since I played it, so I don't really remember how it did it, but basically it switched them. So the parry is now like, that is your dodge. Like, you can do that to almost everything without fail. And I think you can actually do it to everything. Some things just have a very small window. But so parry is like the new dodge, and then dodging is either jumping or actually just getting out of the way. And it's not that you have iframes or anything, you're just avoiding the attack with your movement. And that is dope. There's also other moves like the stomping move that is really useful against spear users. But last layer, by the way. But oh yeah, I got confused for a second there. It's okay. Again, From Software makes combat and then makes the game around that combat. So their combat is always going to be really smooth. It's always going to be really smooth. The instances where it's not is Dark Souls 2. Pretty much just Dark Souls 2. Anyway. Meanwhile, let's talk about freaking Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. Okay. The Spider-Man 2 is, in my opinion, the biggest disappointment of the year. Because unlike Zelda, and I will say Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is also kind of disappointing, but unlike Zelda, I wasn't having fun while I was playing Spider-Man 2. I liked the story. The story wasn't nearly as good as number 1, you know, but I liked it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. I thought it was more than okay. I thought it was good. But it was no moment was on par with anything from number 1. Second, the combat stinks. The combat is bad. And some people are going to get really upset that I say that. 1, they add a new mechanic of parrying. Okay, that's fine. But then they made attacks from enemies that are only parryable. Only parryable. You can't avoid it. You can't dodge it. You can't do anything. It's basically a quick time event, which you could argue that everything is a quick time event in that game, but it is like your base is dodging, and it would be cool if parrying was an option that is like a better option, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it, you know? No, you have to do it. They made certain attacks. Explain to me this. How is an attack parryable but not dodgeable? Also, parrying doesn't really feel like a Spider-Man thing, especially the way they do it in that game. It just ruins the flow of combat to me. I lost so many fights because I instinctively clicked circle because they were winding up an attack, but oh no, it's a red flashing attack, so I needed to parry, but like a lot of the attacks in that game are really fast, and you just kind of have to react before you need to react. Not only that, but there was a lot of times that I would react, but if you dodged, like it would give me the spider sense of like, oh, you need to dodge right now, and you click circle and still get hit because you click circle too early, even though it already told you to click circle, but you clicked it too early. Yeah, it was one of the most irritating things. And then on top of that, they ruined gadgets. And again, a lot of people are going to get mad about me saying that. But they did. They ruined gadgets, man. They freaking ruined gadgets. Oh, it's because they did it differently over here. Shoot. Ah, shoot. Yeah, it didn't go off of like the... Aw, man. I should have. Anyway. So people can get mad at me all they want. But you can have the argument that, oh, you're just glorifying the old game because it was a while ago and you were less critical on it and stuff. And it's like, I had just finished playing the first game, and I played on the same difficulty as the second game, and I did not die once the entire way through. I may have failed a mission or two, because whatever, but I did not die. Peter's health never hit 0. I wasn't playing on New Game Plus. I was playing an entirely new game. I did not die once. All of my stealth sections, I never felt like I was cheated or that they were unfair or that it felt impossible. There were barely any stealth sections in Spider-Man 2. And I know a lot of people don't like stealth. I know people complained about it. But here's the thing. If you don't like the stealth is optional. And in Spider-Man 2, it really is optional. Why do I have hiccups? It really is optional. They give you this cool new gadget where you can make your own things to walk across and attack people from. And yet there are like 3 times in that entire game, one of which you don't even have the gadget yet. But there are 3 times in that entire game where you get to use stealth. Or you can use stealth. But because the NPCs actually look up now, which, okay, but a lot of them do it now. Especially if they're on like slight alerted, where they think there's people missing, which they find out really easily in this game. Anyway, so they look up and they'll see you. There's nowhere to hide like that unless you're Miles. But in my experience, there's only one stealth section with Miles. Now, the first game, if you just did the missions, like the main missions, there weren't a lot of stealth sections either. There were prominent ones, and they were really interesting. Instead of it being, you can't get caught because Peter will get caught, and oh no, now you have to fight people. It was, oh no, you can't get caught because there's hostages, or you can't get caught because you're trying to see what they're trying to do, and you don't want to alert everybody. And it had grace periods and stuff. Now when you go to like, I think the most stealth sections actually are like the side quests in that game, in the second game. Same with the first game, but there was at least, I can think of 2 stealth sections where you're Peter. There's a lot more when you're not, but there's at least 2 stealth sections when you're Peter. One at the beginning of the game, and one like in the middle of the game that were really cool and fun. And it's, of course, if you like stealth, you know, fun is relative, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Just doing the exact same thing every single mission, just running into an area, fighting a bunch of dudes, fighting some more dudes, missing a bunch of parry shit, getting killed for no freaking reason, dodging too early, even though the prompt to dodge came up. And then, yes, the stealth is just ruined. And on top of people looking up, there's also those bird things, which are easy to deal with, but there's so many of them. And there's so many freaking enemies, always. And none of the enemies make any sense. None of them are fun to fight anymore. Because in the first game, the funnest enemies to fight were just kind of like the normal goons. And what is it? Like, they upgrade them slowly by introducing ones with shields, introducing the brutes, introducing ones with machine guns, introducing ones with a rocket launcher. And the rocket launcher ones were the hardest ones to deal with, because I think if you weren't looking at them, you could get hit by them really easily, and they did the most damage. But not only that, like you had all those obstacles, and if you were just trying to fight, which on my very first playthrough, I did not use gadgets pretty much at all during combat. I used them for stealth and outside of combat, but I did not use them for combat. The only ones I did use were probably the heavy shot and the electrical web. And sorry, I'm ranting about Spider-Man 2. If you don't want to listen to that, don't. But I find Spider-Man 2 was very disappointing. It felt like a launch game. Spider-Man 2 felt like a launch game. And somebody might have a problem with me saying that, but I don't care. It felt like a launch game. It felt like it was a proof of hardware. Like it could show that, oh, you don't need any loading screens and all this cool stuff. And I'm going to be honest, I don't give a shit. I used to play Skyrim on the PS3. It took 20 minutes for it to load a fast travel, you know? So yeah, maybe those things aren't made for me, which is fine. Not everything needs to be made for me, but I then have a problem when this, like, if I had to go back and play any of the Spider-Man games, I would rather go play the first one. It's just a better game. It's more fun. There's more variety in the combats. The combats aren't freaking infuriating. There are enemies that are introduced in that game, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played, but There are enemies that are introduced in that game. Yeah, let's do like a... Let's look at this thing. And they're late game enemies, so they're kind of like the Sable of that game. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Just curious of when you're gonna be done streaming because I need to vacuum.
Oh yeah. Not too long from now, like probably 1:30 to 2ish.
Okay.
Anyway, so like there's the late game enemy. I won't spoil what it is. So it is over there. I don't remember. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. I can keep that there because it's just gonna be platforming, whatever. Anyway, there's an enemy in that game that, and some of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen in video game ever. One, Peter doesn't work with cops anymore because of woke reasons. And, like, whatever, you know, like if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But like, you have to come up with something that's more intriguing than that, then, I would say. I mean, right? I don't know. Anyway, and they also did something that I hate with a fiery passion. So I platinumed the first Spider-Man twice on the original and on the remastered. The last time I just played it, I just platinumed it. I platinumed it twice. Okay? Okay. One of the things that is very tedious in the first game when you're trying to platinum it is the crimes. So there's like, you have to do a certain amount of Sable crimes, you have to do a certain amount of Thug crimes, there are a certain amount of Demon crimes and stuff like that, and then Prisoner crimes. But the thing is, though, is that the areas will usually give you the crime that you need to do, right? So if you need to do Sable crimes, that area will probably give you a Sable crime. But after you do all the normal crimes, or all of the mandatory crimes, normal crimes start to show up with just normal thugs, like robbing jewelry stores and whatnot, and doing this and that. And sometimes those, like, demons will still show up and stuff if you need to do demon stuff, and it made it feel like the game was dynamic, and that it, you know, these enemies didn't just disappear because we got done with that part of the game. They're still out here, you know. And I like that. I like that a lot. In the new Spider-Man game, I completely finished all the types of crimes in a certain area, and all it did. Actually, I don't even think it does that anymore. I think it just says do this many crime solvings in this area or whatever. It was only the last enemy that showed up. It was only... I mean, I should probably say spoilers, but... Ooh. Alright, well... How the hell am I going to get out of here? Dirt, probably. Oh, I got an idea. Could have just done it right over there, but that's fine. Gotta hurry before mobs start respawning. Okay, what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, so it only showed the freaking... Oh. Whatever. It only ever let me fight the stupid bullshit Venom enemies, spoiler alert, which are the worst enemies in the game. They are. People could argue with me all they want. They are not fun. They are not fun. Almost all of them are immune to any gadget. Well, hello, doggies.
It misses you.
Okay.
He keeps looking at the door. Look. What? Oh, lay down.
Good boy.
Okay. Now just chill out with Jared, okay? Love yous.
Hi, doggies.
You want out?
Nah, he's just chilling by me. Anyway, so I haven't got to the freaking gadgets yet. Okay, you're gonna have to get away from the mic because your toe's gonna hit it. Dude, I literally played all of it and I was gonna platinum it, but then I just once I beat it, I was so done with that game. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate when I get to the end of a game, just me feeling like I'm done. Like I'm finally freaking done. I don't have to play that anymore. And that's what I felt. That is what I felt while I was playing Spider-Man 2. Hey, you're gonna be in here. You gotta be quiet. Alright, Papa. Just looked at me like, what are you doing? Anyway, so, where was I? Yeah, so these enemies, let me explain why the enemies are dumb. Let's start with the first enemies. First enemies are Sandman enemies. And now these enemies aren't bad, but they also just aren't fun. I love at the end of a combat encounter, especially in the first game, where you would look around and everyone was either webbed up or knocked out, you know? I mean, how I play now, everyone's webbed up. And it really was satisfying. It was really fun. It was really good. The Sandman enemies kind of take that aspect away, but they're all really basic enemies. Except for they have certain weaknesses with water and stuff, and electricity and whatnot. But for the most part, they're very basic enemies. And how I played the game, they weren't around for that long, which is just how I play. I did all the missions to get all the Sandman stuff gone very, very fast. Anyway, I don't know if I want to make it exact. Let's look how big that second floor is. These floors were never exact heights. They were just oh, I felt like this is as tall as I want it to be. So let's not do exact. Let's just do it up to let's do it to where I want it. Anyway, the Sandman enemies aren't bad. I actually kind of like them. I wish they would show up more. Instead of just in their respective little areas. I wish they were kind of an enemy type that would show up, but they weren't. Luckily, Spider-Man 2 did scrap some of the enemy types from the previous games, or the previous game, which was the Gatling gun enemy type. That enemy type is freaking ridiculously stupid. I hate that in the DLCs. So I didn't die at all playing the base game of Spider-Man 1, but I did die a freaking shit ton when it came to the DLCs, and it was because they added a lot more enemy types. Not only that, but their encounters were freaking nuts. I didn't die during the main missions. Let me get that straight. I died doing the base missions. And the base missions are freaking chaotic as hell. You just have to spam circle almost all the time and get in a few gadgets and stuff. Oh man, it's nuts. But that's fine from the DLC, because the DLC is just supposed to be hard. You know, it's supposed to be harder than the base game, because it takes place after the base game, and I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. It was nice. I will say that's where the bullshit dodging started. I think with Spider-Man, because there's a lot of stuff that's like, if you have to be paying 100% attention to everything, or else you're going to get hit by some bullshit stuff. And there's no way to pay 100% attention to everything when you're surrounded by enemies. It started a little bit with the Sable with their stupid jetpack bullshit. I hate those enemy types, but once you kind of figure out like the combo that just annihilates them, you're just like, okay, that's how you do that. And it to be honest, I actually kind of like that more than just, oh, you know, there's this guy, let's figure out how to, not even figure out how to beat him, I just have to hit him enough times that he dies. Which, yeah, you can boil down every enemy to be the same thing, but in the first game, it really did feel like certain enemies you just did certain combos with, and yeah, it was fun. Was it simple? Sure. But I didn't know those combos when I first played, and I hated the Sable Agents. When I played it this time, I was like, oh, you know, using webs and stuff, like the base webs, is actually really freaking versatile, and it's awesome. Now, bring that to the second game. So the first enemy type was the Sandmen. They were okay. They were good. They had some... I always thought him as Miles because I liked that his lightning did something to them. Also, I generally just like being Miles more than Peter in this game. Because it felt like they had to give Peter a bunch of bullshit to make him on par with Miles. Even though it didn't make any sense. It was never explained by the story why he had those mechanical arms now. And he never really used them in cutscenes or anything. He just kind of had them for combat purposes. To have a special attack. All they needed to do was the exact same. They should have just made Miles the power heavy Spider-Man, where he has superpowers that Spider-Man doesn't have, like electricity and stuff, and that's kind of his thing. Then they should have made Peter the gadget Spider-Man. The fact that they both had the same gadgets, it just felt like Peter was just a lesser Spider-Man. Because you can do everything that Peter can do as Miles, and most of the time it's better. Most of the time it's more effective. Anyway, so there's that. Okay, the second era enemies are really stupid. The hunters are really dumb. I think you fight thugs a few times in the game, but they're not really a main enemy type in this game like they were in the first one. They're just kind of sometimes there. I also didn't like the exploration part of the map. I know a lot of people don't like Ubisoft Towers. I don't like Ubisoft Towers either. But I like the fact that you slowly unlocked the events that were in the map. So you get all the Ubisoft art at the beginning of the game, and yeah, they show you where all the pictures are, they show you where all the backpacks are, and you go get those. But then you kind of have to wait until certain events happen in the game for you to unlock new side stuff. And I always thought that was a good little mix. And then you could go do all those and just have a fun time. While in Spider-Man 2, you have to spend, I don't know how long, probably like an hour or even more, going from top to bottom of the map just to unlock everything on the map, just so you can see where all the side stuff is. But then also, none of the side stuff is all that good in this game. Like, the side stuff in Spider-Man 1 was awesome. I mean, you don't have to do them either. So if you didn't like a certain one, like, I don't really like the Taskmaster ones, especially the web slinging, or the swinging, hash, tinging, anyway. Like, I don't really care for those stupid trials, challenges and stuff. I always hate those in any game, really. So it's not really, Spider-Man's fault, but there are some that were fun. I like some of the stealth ones. Those were cool because I'd figure out like a really cool combo of doing everything in the most efficient way, and it was really fun. The combat ones were fun, like it had certain limitations, or you had to do you have to kick their asses in a certain time. That's fun. This game has Mysterio things to replace that, and none of them are good. Not a single one of them are good. They're really cool, I guess. None of them are really all that good. And it never made sense to me why Miles is the one doing it instead of Peter. And I guess you could say it's because, Peter is doing other stuff, focusing on other stuff right now. I have some gripes with the story, but, story is like something that you could easily fix. And also, the story did not dampen my enjoyment. There was a few things that I was like, there probably should have been some fallout between Miles and Peter, way more than there was. There should have been some slower moments of the game. The game feels like it's on neck-breaking speeds from beginning to end. And I don't think it's just because of how I did it, where I was recording it, or where I was streaming it. Like, it felt like neck-breaking speeds. Like, it felt like the last act of Spider-Man 1, but the entire time. For the most part. I mean, the first part of the game, maybe not so much, but when it gets to the middle, where they're hunting down the lizard, it does not slow down after that. It does not slow down. It never lets us kind of sit with Peter and Venom. And he was a dick a few times, but it was never on the level of, like, Tobey Maguire dick. Like, Tobey Maguire dick. Like, Tobey Maguire, like, evil Venom levels. Where it's like, no, he actually did some, like, crazy shit. Miles got to experience Peter with the Venom suit once and knew there's something wrong. The fact that there was a fight between Miles and Venom, and that's the penultimate fight with Venom, is with Miles and Venom, was kind of really stupid, actually. I thought that was really dumb. And I get it. And it didn't even make any sense. Like, there is almost no levels where you're fighting together as Peter and Miles. Like, the final fight with Venom should have been, you could switch between Peter and Miles, and there should have been, like, this kind of, like, system where Miles could do this to something, and then Peter could do this to that, and then like to do damage to Venom or whatever. And you have to switch between the two. That way, it feels like both of them are fighting Venom. But it never felt like that, and also they didn't really have a mechanic where you could switch from Miles to Peter on like really all that fast or during combat at all. Which I think is kind of a missed opportunity. I think it would have been really cool to have both of them show up into like stealth things, or even like different parts of like a complex or something, and you can switch between the two instead of it just being, scripted. And I get it. That's really hard to do, probably. But it just kind of felt like, what's your favorite color of Spider-Man? And I'm not talking about the skin color. I'm just, it's like, do you like the Spider-Man in the black suit, or do you like the Spider-Man in the normal suit? Like, freaking stupid bitch. Okay. I mean, everybody listening to this rant right now probably knows that. More scaffolding. Should have grabbed more. If I fall from here, I'll die. Let's wait till I'm full health just in case. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna grab some scaffolding real fast. Yeah, it never really, like, what's your favorite flavor? That's what it is. What's your favorite flavor of Spider-Man, basically, is what it was. The entire game. And I don't like that. I feel like Miles and Peter are two different people. They should really have two different fighting styles. But I get, like, you don't want to mix up that too much because it does feel kind of weird. But also, it should be, like, I'm not playing Miles the same way I played Peter. But I'm playing them exactly the same. Okay, so the second enemy type is the hunter enemies, and they suck. They are your main enemies for most of the game, and they suck. They're not fun. None of them are fun. None of them are cool. None of them are interesting in any kind of way. And just as like a comparison, let's look at the demon enemies in the first game. And you can say, well, you can't compare the games because they're two different games. It's the first game. Hey, what's up, dude? Sorry, I'm just ranting about Spider-Man 2. I really did not like Spider-Man 2. I don't know if you're into Spider-Man at all. I think you are, because you came on and said you weren't going to watch because spoilers, or was that Poe Biden? I don't remember. It was a while ago. It was like October or something. Wow, revived. I am. I'm just talking to myself about building something. I don't know why you were. Oh, you don't know why I was gone, and you still don't. So the reason why I took a break was basically our roommate moved out, and like she was totally able to do that. Like it wasn't out of like because she hated us or we hated her. She just wanted to move out, so she did. The problem was that I didn't really have the income for it, basically. And we just, like, my wife was looking for a job at the time, and we just couldn't figure it out. So to help with bills and stuff, or just to help with peace of mind, I guess, I didn't want to spend time streaming. Instead, I wanted to spend time doing stuff that could potentially fix our financial problem sooner, right? Well, what ended up happening was I did write more. I wrote. Let's just say I wrote. I did not finish yet. I'm gonna finish it soon, the book. But we decided to get a new car. So yeah, so on top of all the other stuff we're paying for now, we're paying for a car. But now my wife can do DoorDash while I'm at work or just whenever. And now we're totally good with finances. So it was also the fact that I was feeling very burnt out of streaming. It felt like no matter what, I wasn't getting anywhere unless I did shorts and did all this stuff. And like I literally looked at my last year not too long ago, like a day ago or something, and almost every single subscriber is from shorts. There's a few subscribers from these Minecraft videos, but almost every single subscriber was from shorts this last year. Most of my views are from shorts. Not most, all of my views are from shorts, pretty much. And I mean, I like making shorts to an extent, but I also like the people that subscribe for shorts do not show up to my videos really, ever. It does not help my videos. It may potentially in the future. I just think there's also the fact that like any game I wanted to play, such as Spider-Man or anything, never got any views. So I don't get a whole lot of views anyway, but let's just say like 1 to 10 views is bad. Like that's a bad video. Like it did not well. 11 to 20 views is pretty average. Has been pretty average for a while. It's a pretty decent video. Who knows you are 147? So how many subscribers I have? Mine says 150. I don't know. Anyway, so like it just felt like any game I wanted to play, well, you have 3 people watching almost regularly. Yeah, exactly. So like a good video was past 20. If it got past 20, it was a good video. If it got past 50, it did really well. And I had one of those maybe a month, you know. The funny thing is that there was a time for a while that I was getting in like the 25 to 50 views every video for like a few weeks, and that was when I was doing Last of Us, and then I'd do this in the morning, and in certain mornings, and it was doing pretty well. I was getting new people on the channel as well. And the problem is that the people that actually watch me, like you and Bo Biden, get sick of these videos. I get sick of making these videos over and over and over again. I get sick of playing The Last of Us over and over and over again, even though I'm going to play it again when the remaster comes out. And I totally get it. Like, I cannot understand those streamers that play the exact same game every day. Like, that should be studied as like a mental disorder. Like that is crazy to me. I guess if you're getting paid for it, I guess I probably would too. But I just think, I don't know, I don't really understand the YouTube algorithm. I understand a little bit of it, but I also don't really have the time and or you should play Coffin of Andy and Lele. I want to see your reaction to the weird so-called game. Maybe. That's another thing. I just don't know what my niche is. You know? Like, why? So, like, the question is, why would people come to watch me play this game over somebody else? And, of course, like, you and Bobina would probably watch me play a game just because, you know, you guys know me and you just because, you know. It's like how you'd watch your favorite YouTuber or a YouTuber you know play a game that you've seen 1,000 people play before. It's just because, like, oh, you want to see their reaction to it, you know. And that's where I want it to get with most people, with like my channel, where I could literally play anything and everybody will watch, or a lot of people will watch. But I think I just need to grow in a niche. Like, I'm not gonna pick up any ground by shotgunning like I have been, where I'm just kind of like, is that a crafting table down there, or is that a tree stump? It's a crafting table. There's no reason for some random person to watch your stuff. We have a chat going on since we know each other in some way. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that, like, you guys will watch me because we know each other, but how do I get more people that don't know me to watch my stuff? And I think it's this kind of stuff. Like, who else does this? Who else freaking builds castles in survival that are huge? You know what I mean? Like that is something that I feel like you could only find on my channel. You know? Like, no one is this freaking stupid and insane. Well, yeah, they build cities and stuff, but usually it's on creative. Like, usually it's like a creative build with like a team, you know? Or they do it like off screen and they do like role playing and stuff in the thing. It's like, no one really shows the building part of it. And again, I don't watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers or streamers. Most because I could just go play it, you know? Like, if I watch somebody play it, like, there's really only a few times I'll watch other people play Minecraft, and usually it's because they're doing like a group hardcore. And even that has died down in the last few years. Minecraft, I feel like, has become such a saturated thing, but it also is some of my most viewed videos on the channel, which is really weird. Second to only, I think it's third most viewed videos on my channel, right behind The Last of Us and Elden Ring. That's another thing. I kind of want to play more Souls games, but I have a problem with that. Is like, everyone plays Souls games now. Elden Ring really, literally made it so everyone plays Souls games now, and everyone loves them. That's interesting. Minecraft died in a weird way. People keep playing it, but it's just not a good thing to make content on. It's still fun in ways, just don't have that mainstream energy going on. Yeah, but that's the thing, is that I would never just do Minecraft. And also, I do 100% believe that Minecraft, because of how the creators work, they do not make new stuff and big enough stuff fast enough. I mean, I've already done the whole rant I have about Minecraft on this channel, where, like, they're not appealing to old gamers or new gamers, like people that have never played it before, because almost everybody has played Minecraft. So they need to appeal to the people that have played it before and make it have more variety and more fun. But instead, they just kind of, oh, here's a new mob this, every 3 months. Oh, here's kind of a big update. We're making cliffs bigger now. Caves are now deeper. And bigger too. Which was kind of cool. I'll admit it. We made a whole new server. This whole server was made because our old server didn't have that, and we wanted to experience that stuff. just realized that freaking noise was my chair when I was like kicking my foot. I think their business model of it is just really bad. They need to be adding new stuff. They need to have events. They need to do stuff to make it be alive. Minecraft is Minecraft. Even if you add new building materials, monsters, or equipment, it'll still be Minecraft, but more detailed. Never blow minds or go beyond expectations. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they need to really like expand. They need to add more RPG elements. And you may not know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know if you were here when I had my big old rant about it, but like, I think they should actually add some like leveling up. Provided coming sweet. Provided definitely heard my rant about this because when I had like 5 people on here all talking on the chat once when I was playing it, and yo, what's up? We're talking about Minecraft stuff. I know it's been forever. To be honest, though, I had some very big peace of mind not recording. Like I legitimately was just like way less stressed in my life not recording, and I think that's how I need to do it. I should just record the stuff I want to record and not bother, you know. Just subscribe. Sorry, I'm keep losing my. It feels like it's been years. I know it feels like forever. I was looking at the last thing I uploaded on the channel. I think it was Project Zomboid. For real, I feel like it's been a decade. Yeah, it's been a long time. What do you guys want to see me play? I know you have like all the ideas, but like, I mean, here. Oh, I probably shouldn't be on the tallest freaking peak. Let me start listing games that you think I might have. Some nights I still thought about messaging you. I probably wouldn't have answered. I put my phone in airplane mode a lot just so I don't have to have ads when I play games on my phone. I play like dumb games like Sudokus and Spider Solitaire. Coffin Alien Lele. Yep. I could potentially play. I'd have to get my brother-in-law's account back on my Steam. It's a lunatic game, man. Trust me. Dang. I like those kinds of games. I'm hoping to get some VR soon, and I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get it for the PS5. That way I can also stream it, which would be really fun, I think. Do some horror games. Watch me pee my pants. I need to get out of here. You guys want to see what I've done with the place? I don't know when the last time you were here, Sadis, but Biden, you were here when I started streaming Minecraft not too long ago. And yeah, has it been an exact month or over a month? Because I feel like it was the end of November that I stopped recording. Here, I'll show you guys the cave, what I've done with it. If you want to go look back at my ramblings, I talked about all the stuff I've been doing on this, because I just started playing it again like a week ago. Just because, so this is the mining cave. When I started out, it was where this indent is right here, all the way to there. That's how big it was. In fact, it wasn't even all the way to there. I mined that out too, but that's how big the cave was when I started. And now, this is what it looks like. I don't feel like playing anything. My hand goes to nothing when it comes to my giant library of games. Dude, same. I've had that problem for a while now. It's funny too, because so I had to format my PlayStation because it was getting corrupted by something, and it was just being really stupid. And I just feel like it's really dark right here. Oh yeah, I also put all these here. These were going to be full of stone, but I moved that all up to the upper floor. Anyway, so I had to format my PlayStation, and then I had to format my little Minecraft stream was 3 months ago. Oh, damn. Anyway, so I had to format my hard drive that had all my PS4 games on it because it got corrupted too, and so I have like 6 games on here now, and I want to play all of them. But when I had like 100 games on my PlayStation, I never wanted to play anything. It was really weird. It's like that thing where like if you go to an ice cream shop and they have 3 flavors versus an ice cream shop that has 100, like you'd rather go to the one that only has 3. It's kind of true too. But yeah. Let's catch some stone while I'm down here. So, just so you guys know, all of these chests were completely full of 64 stones. Like, just look at this. They're just completely full. I have 2 more chests in the basement that are full. Or are they? They have a few in them, I think, not a whole lot. Just so I could get back into streaming and just be building, because I hate mining without listening to something in the background. I hate it. I cannot do it. Oh, I just realized I'm not getting any sound. I have this new Bluetooth thing. Hello? Is it going off my earbud? Yeah, we're not doing that. So really quiet. Listen to the politics yell at each other while playing Mario Kart. Man, yeah, it's really quiet on my earbuds. Bro, I have it like maxed out. What the hell? This thing sucks. I'll have to figure out how to hook up my earbud to the TV. It is extremely quiet on my end. Let me hear the audio mixing actually. Quiet on my end. Well, it's not bad. It'd probably be bad if it's another game where there's like voices and explosions and whatnot, but Minecraft, it's not bad. So how did you guys find my channel again? I know DC found mine with Elden Ring Ants, which is still my top freaking stream of all time with almost 3,000 views, I think. But Biden, when did you started with Terraria, right? Maybe I should play more Terraria. I remember those streams had a pretty good turnout, actually, of actual interaction, not just people showing up for 2 seconds and leaving. Yep, see, now my sound's gone again. For me, it was, yeah, the Terraria streams, yeah. Me and my brother. I kind of, like, the problem is after those streams, I started getting some pretty decent views on all my videos, and that started getting in my head about stuff. Like, before those, I was getting, like, 10 views. There were some streams I was getting a lot of views, but, like, for the most part, like, average was, like, 10. And I was doing homework and I found this stream. That's right. I don't know, I feel like I should just stop getting in my head about stuff and just play what I want. And realize that some games are just not for streaming. Like, just because they're new doesn't mean I should stream them. But like Elden Ring and stuff, like, oh crap, dude, when the DLC comes out, I am streaming the shit out of that. For sure. But other than that, like, there's not really any new games that I'm actually excited about this year. Like, at all. DLC? Yeah, so Elden Ring is getting DLC. And it looks like it's going to be huge. It looks like it's going to be really big. And I'm super excited for it. Okay, since I don't feel like playing anything in my library, how about I start streaming my gameplay so I would drive it. So I would drive to me play? Oh, to drive me to play. It doesn't really, though. I've tried streaming something that I didn't want to play in the past, and it really, I would say, actually makes it worse if you don't want to play it. Okay, I think this is going to be Rain World, for example. Yeah, kind of. I wasn't really like... Because you told me about it. So the only way I was going to play that game was to stream it. Like, without me looking anything up about it. And then I was just like, I didn't click with it. And also, you weren't even there yet. So I was just like, man, I don't know if I want to invest another 2 hours into this. So I just changed the stream into something else. But the next week on Tuesday, I'm going to be playing Last of Us Remastered. Last of Us 2 Remastered. Yeah, you were there at the end, yeah. But I'm going to be playing Last of Us Remastered on Tuesday next week. Because that's when it comes out, I believe, is the 10th. Or maybe it's the 12th. I have to check. But, it was pretty fun. I just, like, took so little time to see your stream. Yeah. I think this is tall enough for this level, I think. Let me go see what it looks like from the outside. Down here. I'm about to go mad and stream 6 hours of Genshin until I pass out from not eating or drinking. I forgot what you were building for a minute. Yeah, I did too, dude. I did the exact same thing. Okay, let's look at this real fast. outside. Yeah, I feel like that's tall enough, don't you? I feel like if it's any taller than that, it's gonna look weird. Let's see what it looks like from like straight on. I mean, it already looks weird, but that's just because I don't have any detail or anything on it. It's very impressive. I guess. Okay. Ooh, maybe a little taller? Yeah, joke's on you, have a wife. Ow! Why is there a hole there? Joke's on you, I have wives. That doesn't look that bad. Right? Should it be taller or no? I am looking at it from a downward angle. You know what's the worst thing about multiple wives? Multiple mother-in-laws. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think it needs to be any taller. Oh my gosh, there's clouds. Everyone on the planet is... I did not declare source as my... Oh, I need to put all chat on my freaking phone. Source is my ass. Clouds are cool, but when you're inside the building and a cloud freaking hits you, it's a pain in the ass. It's really annoying. What do you guys think? Taller? What do you think, Winston? Does it need to be taller? I think I need to go to bed before I get raped by a skeleton. Before I get boned by a skeleton. Destroy it. Welcome to the stream, my guy. Yeah, I think it's definitely tall enough. I don't think it needs to go any taller. That section is what I'm asking, not this one. This one's going to go taller. It's going to be like a tower in the middle. So, hello. What is this new? Snow freaking making it so you can't walk up a half block. Is that new or am I just crazy? Call him. I don't know. Cool. That's messed up, dude. Too soon. Too soon. All right. Let's grab ourselves... Oh, we already have like a butt ton. Well, I could grab some more. Never can go wrong with too much stone. All right. Back to building, boys. Yeah, this thing sucks. There's a freaking polar bear in my house. He's gonna have to start paying rent. Do you allow fans to join or at all? So this is actually like my family server, and we only pay to have like 8 people on at a time, and we already have it all filled. So no on this world, but I could potentially in the future have fans join like another world, and we could build something. That'd be fun. Fun little event. Okay, so instead of building that all the way up, because that's going to be a lot of stone, we're just not going to do that. We're just going to do this. Go right to where it was. It leaves right here. And we'll just build. some stuff. Would you ever consider joining fans' worlds? Sure. Probably not today, but sometime, yeah. Alright, I believe I'm right about it. He's like, all he does is talk to himself in his room. It's true. That is all I do. Poe Biden with the gasping. I imagine that it's supposed to be like gasping. I could also stream Wind Waker. That'd be kind of fun. I kind of want to do it with somebody, but I don't know. I want to start doing like a duo kind of thing, but I don't know if I've found the right person for it or not. Is that right? That can't be right. Well, it is right.
Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall.
Let me just test if I'm doing this right by falling in a very precise manner. Alright, now all I have to do is wait till I heal. Okay. Okay, who's played Spider-Man 2 out of this group? Who's played Spider-Man 2? I want to get back to that rant. I think, was it you, Biden, that wouldn't watch because you wanted to play Spider-Man 2 yourself? I have a connection problem. I might not be here for a bit. Okay. Oh, I'm fully healed. Boom. Okay. Let's just see if I line this up right. Should have just done Torch Live. Okay. I did. I lined it right. Okay. So now we're going to do this. We're going to go up for a ways. Nope, that's the wrong one. All right. Boop, 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 bop. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Should I do a Skyrim playthrough in VR? I really want to get a VR headset. Skyrim playthrough would be dope to do. Do bow only, so I just suck at the game. Could try out some horror games, I guess. I don't know. I'm not huge into horror games. I love watching people play horror games, though. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I'm building a castle and having fun. What's the next thing I should build in this game? Also, I bought Spider-Man 2. Oh, you did? Did you have you beaten it? have some unpopular gaming opinions about this year, I would say. I guess I don't start with Spider-Man. What was the first game that came out this year that I was kind of disappointed about? Jedi Survivor, I was a little disappointed about, but I also played it right when it launched, and I hear that it's a lot better now. So I'm giving it a second chance. I'm going to go play it on my own. I'm not going to stream it, I don't think. Just going to play it on my own. I'm going to go give it a second chance. The problem I had with it originally was not the story, it wasn't anything really, it was just the combat was really not as good as the first game. It was definitely a downgrade. That was pretty much the main complaint I had. It just, like, for example, there's an enemy in that game that is exactly the same as, or is in the first game. That enemy's in the first game. It's this big giant like frog slug thing, and when you fight it in the first game, you get your ass kicked because it's so early, but you can get good enough to beat it. In the second game, you fight it early too, but it has like some unblockable one-hit moves that are so hard to dodge. You have to know it's coming before it ever telegraphs that it's coming. And it's just really bad. And we're getting a lot of views right now. Hello, people. I'm building a castle beside my other castle. It looks kind of like a big pile of dog shit right now, but that's okay. It's not going to be perfect. But it's going to be exactly what I want. Some of my unpopular gaming opinions. Jedi Survivor was pretty mid. Rich peoples. I'm building a castle next to my first castle. White people problems, am I right? Anyway, so Jedi Survivor. Pretty mid. I also didn't get to play a whole lot of it because Tears of the Kingdom came out like the next week. So I kind of just dropped it. Or is it Tears of the Kingdom came out the next week, or it was Final Fantasy that came out the next week? But I'm pretty sure it's Tears of the Kingdom. Anyway, Tears of the Kingdom came out. I'm pretty sure Tears of the Kingdom came out before Final Fantasy did. Well, you peasants find us rich. I guess that's true. Anyway. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me like I'm a peasant, freaking Sadice. Video games in your country cost $300, and you get paid $2 an hour. Sorry, libras, lions. Shut up, peasant. So Jedi Survivor was kind of mid. I didn't play through all of it. I didn't even get like halfway through the game, to be honest. Learn your own language for talking to your superiors. That was not me burping. That was my dog burping. You never heard of a dog burping? Well, I have one that does it all the time. Huh. Oh, Wednesday. Anyway, unpopular gaming opinions. Tears of the Kingdom. People are going to hate me for this. Tears of the Kingdom is mid. Well, I do think you're blaming your dog. Well, I did have a lot of fun. I put a lot of hours in Tears of the Kingdom. It really is just Breath of the Wild. It is... I mean, the final boss is better. It's really... The final boss is dope. It's like It's literally just a better Breath of the Wild. That's all it is. It's not a better Zelda game. I will say. Like, the thing was, though, Unlike some of the other games I was disappointed with, I'm slightly disappointed with Tears of the Kingdom. I get it though, because they weren't trying to make a new game when they first started making it. They were just making a DLC. Thank you, motorcycle. Thank you. And if, like, for what it is, it's really good. It's really good for what it is. But let's be honest, that game would be god tier if Breath of the Wild didn't exist. That game would be superior to every game that came out this year if Breath of the Wild did not exist beforehand. It's better than Breath of the Wild, but there's some things I have some problems with it because it is a sequel. It followed the Breath of the Wild formula way too closely. It really did. One of the biggest things that holds that game back from being a good Zelda game, like a classic Zelda game instead of just like the new ones, is the shrines. I need to go grab some food real fast. Not in real life. I probably should in real life, but I'm a gamer, dude. I don't need to eat more than 3 times a day. Anyway, let me explain my thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom. When you first play the game, you introduce that new island and stuff, and then you get all these new abilities. It's really cool. And I'm going to say, the new abilities are freaking dope. But, you eat 3 times a day? The new abilities are dope, but they also aren't. Ascend is pretty useful in a lot, but I just feel like bombs should have been in the game. Like it shouldn't have been a thing you have to collect. I hated collecting the bombs. They should have just been default, like in Breath of the Wild. It didn't really explain what happened to all the things in Breath of the Wild. Really? Anyway, the thing that holds it back is shrines. And I'll explain why. So in older Zelda games, you had heart containers, or heart pieces everywhere, right? And you couldn't get all of them right when Bro just learned about privilege, about being able to eat 3 times a day. Joke's on you, I eat way more than 3 times a day because I'm a fat freaking chungus. But, so in older Zelda games, there's heart pieces. And you can't get every heart piece the moment you get into the overworld, right? You can't get every heart piece the moment you get into the overworld. Well, Breath of the Wild wanted to switch that. Hey, what's up, little dragon? I'm talking about my unpopular gaming opinions of this year, or this last year, because it's 2024 now. While also building a freaking giant Minecraft castle. Because that's just what we be doing out here. Hello, low tier lizard. Why do you gotta harass all the new people, dude? If we had an HR, half of the complaints would be from you. Or would be about you. And then the other half would be from you. Anyway, so in Breath of the Wild, they wanted to switch up being able to get all the heart containers whenever you want. They're just out in the overworld. You just have to go and meow. You just have to go and explore, and you can find them, which is dope. I like that concept. But the problem with the shrine mechanic is you have to have every ability, every item that the game's ever going to give you from the beginning. Because you're not going to remember what items you needed for which shrine by their names. Now, they could have done some things, but the thing about the older games was there were very few things you could find out in the overworld because the overworld wasn't all that big. Therefore, making it so it's easier to remember where you needed to go once you, now I have the bow. There was that one mini game that required me to have the bow. I remember where that was, or relatively where that was. So let's go do that. And because the map is so big, even if it had very memorable things like that, it would be so hard to remember where they are. So I feel like Bird. Ooh. The shrines in the games are better than the ones in Breath of the Wild. I would say yes, but only because what's that? It's not Mage Hand, that's in D&D. What's the magic hand or whatever that can move and fuse things together? Name is Dragon, you're meowing and saying that you're like Bird. You are a whole ass LGBTQ community in animal terms. Dude. let the man and or woman, Ultra Hand, that's what it is, be how they want to be, man. Anyway, Ultra Hand. I will say that is the only good ability in the game, though. Right? The reversing time thing is cool, but there's not a lot of puzzles that really utilize it better than just stasis from the first game. And the Ultra Hand is just awesome. I'm not gonna lie, Ultra Hand is awesome. I will be Eagle then. And eat the snake. I'll be Cow and eat the snake. Have you ever seen that picture? But yeah, Ultra Hand is the best thing in that game. I feel like the fuse thing to your weapon is also really cool, but it should just be Ultra Hand. It shouldn't be its own ability, because it's literally the same thing. What are the other abilities in the game? The Ascend. I eat banana whole without chewing. Just that's what she's. You guys are having the dumbest conversation I've ever witnessed in the comments. Anyway, so at least in this game you can locate all the shrines with the underground lights. Yes, that is nice, but so this is where I'm gonna probably lose you here. I think the Sky Islands are really dumb. I think the first island you ever go to is awesome. The 2 dungeons that are in the sky, cool. But then there's no other islands that are unique at all in any kind of way. Oh, you want to use the Elytra or something? Nah, dude. Nah, that's not how it works. Actually, we haven't even beat the Ender Dragon on this server yet, so we're locked out of all the Ender Dragon the good loot that comes after beating him. Yeah, the Skylands are a big letdown. The depths are super cool in concept, but really lame after 10 hours of walking in the same exact looking location and finding out that, there's not really anything down here except for one dungeon and a bunch of weird arenas where you fight a bunch of monsters. That being said, I just explored all of the depths in the first 10 hours of that game. Again, while it's disappointing in hindsight, it's still more Breath of the Wild. There's only 2/3 islands that are interesting. Yeah, there's only 2/3 islands that are interesting out of 10 islands. There's more interesting islands in Skyward Sword. A game that was criticized for having the worst overworld in any freaking Zelda game. I also kind of hated how inconvenient it was to travel from Sky Island to Sky Island. I like building stuff, but I also kind of like just the normal traversal of Breath of the Wild. And I will say, Ultra Hand kind of like makes you feel like you're not really playing a Zelda game. Yeah, I don't think they like Skylands either. I'm pretty sure that was the idea for the DLC, to just make some Sky Islands, and you go to the Sky Islands, and maybe there's a new dungeon, and then they're like, "Oh, this is kind of cool, you know. Let's it's taking forever, so why don't we just make a game?" But and then the story is like it's not bad, but it's also like. It's a story, I guess. Like, there's a lot of epic stuff in it, for sure. And it's a better story than Breath of the Wild, but that's because Breath of the Wild didn't have one. Really. I mean, it had backstory. But if you compare it to any of the stories in the other Zelda games, like before Breath of the Wild, is it really good? Let's take one of the worst stories, and that is Wind Waker? I guess it'd be Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, the basis of all the 3D Zelda stories, is so much better than the story of Tears of the Kingdom. I like, don't get me wrong, I like Tears of the Kingdom. I really do. But I also kind of feel like I wanted something new. Not just kind of the same game.
But the dragons are cool.
Dragons are cool. SpongeBob sad face.
Yeah.
Womp. I'm trying to explain myself. I've really thought about it. I wanted to make a video about how all the sequels this year are kind of really depressing and disappointing. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, the depths are kind of really bland. They're really cool. It's really novel for a while. Bro is a whole ass ecosystem. The depths are really novel for a while. I also hated the fact that almost all of the new there's 3 new clothing outfits in that game, and the rest is just rediscovering all the clothing options from the first game. I feel like the first game also... I hated all the tutorial shrines. What the hell's up with that? The first game had one. It had one tutorial shrine. The freaking Tears of the Kingdom has 6. And not even with the new mechanics. It has it with throwing objects that you could do in the first game. It has it with, oh, this is how you parry. This is how you shield surf. This is how you this is how you use the bow. You can easily figure that all out by yourself. I hated that nonsense.
Fishy.
There's a lot of stuff I did like, though. I love the new enemy that's 3-headed dragon. I liked when I think about it, there is only one in Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Because the rest of it was just kind of you explore and you figure it out, you know? And then Tears of the Kingdom, you really think someone's going to play Tears of the Kingdom without playing freaking Breath of the Wild first? And maybe that's the better way to play it. Like, if Tears of the Kingdom was a standalone game, wasn't a sequel, Tears of the Kingdom would be absolutely God tier. There's no way it would have lost Game of the Year. But because it's almost... It followed the stupid formula way too close. And you can say, well, now there's actual dungeons in the game. There's not really, though. None of those dungeons feel like dungeons. They feel like upgraded divine beasts. And they all play the same. You have a new companion that has a new ability that you use to solve 90% of all the problems in the dungeon. Instead of, like in Breath of the Wild, where half of the puzzles were solved by just the stuff that you already had. And the other half are solved by using the gimmick of the thing. They were improved. The bosses were better. Like, it's a better Breath of the Wild. I will completely agree with that. The map is a little bit more screwy because it's like a little bit more complicated in weird ways and things are changed for no reason. I feel like Breath of the Wild was just a lot cleaner. I loved the Guardians in Breath of the Wild because they give me a heart attack. Like, if you could combine both those games, I would love that. Like, if you just have them both be the same game, it would be awesome. But, like, I'm going to hate going back to Breath of the Wild now because I don't have Ultra Hand. I also don't have Ascend. And I don't have a Fuse. But I also am like... I don't really want to go to Tears of the Kingdom because I don't know. It's just interesting. I don't know. I have a very complicated relationship with Tears of the Kingdom because while I was playing it, I thought it was freaking awesome, and then thinking back on it, I was just like, but it's awesome because it's just more Breath of the Wild, and I love Breath of the Wild. But I also love old Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. And I really do think that the shrine system kind of holds it back. Like, imagine if all those abilities you didn't get at the beginning of the game, you just had to go get them in the dungeons. And then you use those abilities to get heart pieces. You use those abilities to get heart pieces or whatever. I don't know. It just felt like a remixed Breath of the Wild. You know what it really feels like? You know when you play a game and then someone makes a mod of that game that like adds a bunch of like new mechanics and like kind of changes up the story and changes like some of the stuff around? That's kind of what it felt like. It felt like a really good mod, like a really high-end level mod. The stages are like the dungeons items from older games, but worse. Yeah, they're not useful at all outside of their respective dungeons, really. And even then, they got in the way more times than they actually helped me. And I also think they kind of break down the combat encounters of that game because I kind of like 1v1ing everything. They kind of messed up my groove. Tullen. Oh, is he the bird? Yeah, that was really nice. But I also really like the ability from the first game where you just hold the jump button and then get shot up in the air by a gust of wind. I missed that so much playing that game. Again, I don't think it's a bad game. I just think, like, it's not a great sequel. I knew you'd say that. I just think his was more useful, you know? Like, I literally go and do that dungeon either first or second just because of how useful that ability is. I mean, now you have Ultra Hand, you can make a bunch of mechanisms, and I guess that kind of solves the problem, but I don't know. At some point, I actually kind of didn't like using Ultra Hand to make vehicles and stuff, because I was like, I really like traversing the world as Link, climbing mountains and floating around with your paraglider, instead of being on a freaking jet that you made with 15 other rockets and has wings.
I like riding the horse.
Yeah, and Tears of the Kingdom, you don't really need to get horses. I mean, I didn't get horses in Breath of the Wild either, but that's just because I'm a psycho. But Tears of the Kingdom, it's literally slower to use a horse than to just rocket propel yourself across the map. What I wanted, the thing was, is that the only disappointment comes from what I wanted, from what I got. I wanted Breath of the Wild mixed with old Zelda. What I got was upgraded Breath of the Wild. And I know a lot of people like that. Heck, I like it too. But when I think about it, I really, really want the next game to not be a Breath of the Wild clone. It's kind of like what Ocarina of Time did, where every game after it kind of copied its formula, but they all did it in their own ways, and it all felt like different games. Tears of the Kingdom literally just feels like Breath of the Wild Part 2. I used the hoverbike like everybody else. Yeah, exactly. Like, never in a Zelda game, like Wind Waker or in Twilight Princess, did I ever feel like, oh, I'm just playing Ocarina of Time right now. It's like, that never happened. As much as I will say that the formula did kind of like burn itself out, as we can tell with Skyward Sword, it definitely needed a new revival, which I love Breath of the Wild for doing that. And Breath of the Wild was like very experimental, and I loved it. While Tears of the Kingdom was not experimental in the slightest. It had cool new abilities, but it did the exact same shrine system. A few of the shrines are in the exact same spot. It has the same tower system where you have to go to the towers to unlock parts of the map. They're just in different spots now. For no reason other than just to complicate things. Didn't I just go to bed? And then like, oh, the depths are cool, but they also aren't really. Like, there's not really anything to do in them at all. Unless you're trying to get all the armor that you already got in the previous game. And then they announced that they're not releasing any DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. Get out of my damn house, Enderman. Out. Oh. Home invasion! Home invasion!
One heart.
Yeah, it's fine. He didn't know who he was messing with. I don't really want to go up there just in case I get shot like by a stray arrow and just explode everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I think there's enough game there to qualify as its own game. Obviously, I'm not upset about paying $60 for it like a lot of people are. Saying that, oh, it's the same map. Why should I pay $60 for the same game? It's not the same game, but in terms of like sequels and stuff, and the quality that a sequel should have, it is the same game. Like, it's not different enough. It definitely, and they weren't trying to. I think I just had too high of expectations when they said that they're going to have a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and didn't really realize that it's just going to be basically as different as Link Between Worlds was to Link to the Past. It kind of feels like Dark Souls 2 versus Scholar of the First Sin. Like, a lot of it feels a lot like that. Anyway, back to more unpopular gaming opinions. I think Spider-Man 2 was not good. I'll watch some other games that came out this year. Final Fantasy 16. I actually really liked. I think they should really just do an episodic thing. It's like Majora's Mask, but even this game was different. Majora's Mask, though, is a completely different... Like, it uses the same assets. And that's it. Like, it looks the same on the surface, and maybe, like, when you see two gameplays back-to-back, it'd be hard to differentiate the two. But Majora's Mask could not... It's literally, like, the most different out of all of the 3D Zelda games. Which is also kind of why it's one of my favorites. It is so dark. It is so wild. It doesn't even have Zelda in it. Like, I get the comparison, but I also will say Majora's Mask is so unique that it almost hurts to play. It's very spooky. It is really like the horror game of Zelda games. We can't have that, can we? Not unpopular opinion. Baldur's Gate 3 is freaking amazing. Like, holy crap. I don't even like turn-based RPGs, and that game is awesome. It was so good that other companies were basically being like, yeah, you should never expect a game to be this good. Like, that's not the norm, dude. You still didn't finish Spider-Man? I won't spoil any story stuff. Let's just talk about, like, combat and stuff. I think they, like, because the story can be whatever. I will tell you, the story's good. It's not going to be as good as the first game. But the story's good. The problem I have with it, though, is there's, like, no stealth in the game. And when there is stealth, it's completely optional. Like, almost to the fact that if you stealth this section, you're going to have a worse time than if you just went in and beat the shit out of everybody. The stealth sucks. When it does exist, it sucks. I'm not opinion. I don't really like Baldur's Gate. I mean, yeah, it's Baldur's Gate still is a game that, like, if you don't like that genre of games, you're not going to like it. Which is totally fine. But for people that are on the fence with that genre or, like, love that genre, dude, it is above everything. And I'll explain how. Elden Ring, for instance. Elden Ring's been out for 2 years. I love From Software games. I love Souls games. I love Souls-like games. I have like 200 hours in Elden Ring in 2 years. Baldur's Gate, I have like 190 hours in, and it came out 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago. And I'm not even a fan of that genre. Like, that's how freaking nuts that game is. And I will say, oh, I bet it does count that, actually. Never mind. Like, I have to reset all the time because I die all the time. Or at least in my first playthrough I did. And, I look at, like, the timestamp of my game. I'm pretty sure I only have, like, 70 hours in my first playthrough on my last save. But I definitely spent more than 100 hours on each encounter. But, I mean, I love experiencing unique Dungeons and Dragons experiences. So Baldur's Gate 3 is not exactly that. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Baldur's Gate is literally like the gateway drug to D&D. Like, if you just want to play D&D but don't have a group, just go play Baldur's Gate. It's the same thing, almost. Or if you're new to D&D, yeah. And you just want to see if you'd like D&D, go play Baldur's Gate.
Got me hooked.
Fallen Order. Is that what it's called? Not Fallen Order. Knights of the Fallen. Is that what it's called? Lords of the Fallen. That's what it is. Lords of the Fallen. I was super excited for it because it looked really good. Turns out, isn't that polished. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's not the best Souls-like. It's an okay game, but it's not amazing by any means. Didn't you play that game in stream? Yeah, I did. I streamed it for a while, and then I also made a few videos on it, like VODs. That's when I started like editing stuff again. That's when I started to burn myself out because I was literally like either streaming or editing every day.
And then going to work.
And then going to work, and then writing, and then yeah. Oh, it's 2:30. Not bad. I'll get off in just a second. Let me just finish this layer. Sorry, I started talking about Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, I don't know. You probably have opinions about Spider-Man and whatnot, but I think it's a direct downgrade from the last game. Maybe not technically, but is it late for you? No, it's not late. It's just my wife is having guests over and she wants to get things clean. She doesn't want to vacuum while I'm streaming. Because it would be rude. But now I'm being rude by streaming too long. Would it be okay if I go till 3?
Sure.
Alright.
I need to vacuum and shampoo the spots. Can you possibly do the dishes?
Yeah.
While I do that, and then I can get ready for the day. And then take you to work.
Yep.
I don't feel good. What?
Are you still gonna give me Jimmy John's?
Yeah, I was about to ask if you still want me to keep you sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bring it to work.
And we made plans that since you go to work at 5, we're gonna meet at Walmart at 5:30 instead of 6:30.
The movement in this game is extremely satisfying. I hope you think that too. I don't know what you mean, like how I move and do everything.
Yeah, it's like so smooth when you click the buttons.
Really?
Yeah, like it's, what is it?
Like therapeutic.
Yeah, it's like a stress reliever or something.
Oh, you mean in Spider-Man? Yeah. Okay. Traversal is awesome. I do think the wings kind of take away from it, though. I get that they give you speed and stuff. It just, when I use the wings, I don't feel like Spider-Man. I actually say I don't feel like Spider-Man almost in any part of that game.
You're Miles.
Well, you're Miles and Spider-Man in that game.
Yeah.
But, like, what game did you think about? Oh, I thought you were talking about Minecraft. But, the web swinging is better in that game because they have a bigger cap on your total speed, and they definitely needed more speed because of how bigger the game was going to be. Even though it's still kind of a pain in the ass, like to go from one island to the other island. It's just easier to become Miles or Peter if they're over there. I will say also, no loading screens, no, like, all that stuff, like, the technical stuff is awesome. But that's where, like, kind of, like, the improvements stop, is in traversal and technical stuff. I think the combat is way worse. I hate the fact that they totally dumbed down all the gadgets. I really hate that. And I had just played Spider-Man 1, like, literally a week before that game came out. They tried to redo Jessica's 3 wings, but they think they're... but I think they're a little weird. Yeah, I don't like them. I just... Also, I don't think they needed that big of a map. Like, I get it's like New York, right? And Queens, and they added a bunch of other stuff. Just make his swinging faster. Like, that's all you have to do. Just make it so you can get to a higher speed with the swinging.
Momentum.
Yeah. But also, I just don't think they utilized that big of a map. I feel like they just did that big of a map just because. Like, in the first Spider-Man game, I felt like you went to every single street, almost, at some point. In Spider-Man 2, I feel like I didn't go to huge chunks of that map at all. And my intention was to platinum that game until I beat the last mission and realized, oh, it's this kind of ass. So, like, if anyone was going to go to every street, it was going to be me. Okay. Is this tall enough? Let's go check if this is tall enough. I feel like I had more of a, like, the New York City jump. I feel like New York City had more of, like, a personality in Spider-Man 1 than any of the city in Spider-Man 2. I feel like they were trying to make that game fast enough so it could be a release game. And they did a lot of tech stuff on it to, like, show off the PS5 technology and stuff, but it just didn't pan out well. Okay, I need to wait till it's freaking not raining. Like, I don't give a shit if my game has loading screens.
What are you making?
Huh?
What is that?
A castle.
Castle?
It is a castle.
Why is it so fetching cold in here?
I don't know. because you don't have your feet in the blanket.
I did.
Well, you don't right now. You know, there's a thing that says you can sleep when it's raining, but yeah, Poseidon says it's a castle. That's what I'm building.
It's Lee.
Oh, a castle. Yeah. Castle. It does kind of look like a staircase from this angle, doesn't it? And you go taller, I think, so it doesn't look like that as much. And I know why it looks like a freaking staircase, because I was a dumbass. That's why. In fact, I'm gonna go fix that right now. Yeah, let's fix that. I was a stupid asshole. Also, you can sleep when there's thunder. I thought so too, but since my bed is like where the snow is, I wonder if it doesn't consider it as that. Okay, we're gonna fix this by doing this. Same thing we did on the other side. I believe. Let me go check before I build up anything. Check. There should just be two blocks over here. Oh, only when there's a thunderstorm? That's stupid. I have to do this on this side, and I have to do it on the other side. I think Sadiq left a while ago. I think so too. Him and the dragon guy. Once we start talking about Zelda. Alright, I'm gonna fix this and then I'm gonna call it a day, I think. Alright. What else is there to talk about? What other games came out this year? You've never heard this music in Minecraft? That's because the French version only plays the accordion. And that song from Ratatouille. Nothing. Oh. It'd be so funny if they did have different like regional versions. Imagine if like your bread in the French version was just croissants. I guess it technically does look like French bread, doesn't it? I don't think it's called French bread in France, though. Baguette, I think. No, is a baguette the same as French bread? Is a baguette the same as French
I
bread?
don't think so.
Are you sure? Are you looking it up? I would like a reference like this. You see, in America, we have a bunch of food items that we just call French. We just put French in front of it, even though it has nothing to do with France. Like French fries.
French bread is wider and longer than a baguette with a much softer crust. It doesn't require any special equipment to make, and it's just as versatile as a baguette, but its soft outside makes it perfect for toasting garlic bread.
So why the hell do we call it why do we call it French bread? The cooking update. Yeah, they could do a baking update, and you can make like pizza ovens.
So look, that's what baguettes are. Like, they're really skinny.
That's wild.
So look how freaking long ass this thing is.
Damn. Where's it? But I could show you an animation about this. Dude, this actually pisses me off. Look at all this stone that's just useless. I'm gonna have to mine it later. I'll probably do that off screen though. Yeah, luckily I can do it with iron pickaxes. I should have just fixed it right then. Why didn't I? You sent it in Discord? Did you see that the Discord app got updates? And now it's ass. I'm just kidding, it's probably not ass, but I hate it. Yeah, the app, at least on my phone, got updates.
Have you seen this video of like a little tiny French bulldog going after two grizzly bears?
No. Sorry, I'm just watching the animation. I know, I'm watching it. Watching it and trying to play at the same time. It's kind of a little balancing act I'm doing right now.
I'm so hungry. I don't know what to eat. Dough.
I should watch it later. Okay. I'm like most of the way through, but I haven't been able to really pay attention. Also, I think I paused my stream on my phone, so now it's not live. Okay, I should be live now. Oh, I went too far up. more you watch the video, the more your wife is hungry.
Yep.
It's generally how it works.
Make me food, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh yeah.
What? What?
What?
What? Hello, zombies. The only one that really scares me right now is that freaking spider. How much further do I have to go? Okay, not actually, not that far. No, I still have to do the other side. Oh, I still have to do the other side. Technically, I'm less than halfway. And that spider just committed suicide, so... Sorry, I can't say that on YouTube because... Stupidity, really. Sorry, this is just confusing me. Every time I make a mistake and I have to go and do this, it confuses the shit out of me. Jump!
What's funny is that the Department of Workforce Services are hiring.
You should go get hired.
It's pay rate $20.05.
Do it.
No, that's gross.
Go work for the government.
No, I don't want to.
Go work for the government. Fine, no more McDonald's for you.
Like we ever get McDonald's.
True.
We do, but we hardly.
Nah, dude, we can't afford McDonald's anymore. The voices are telling you to do it. Do it. Joke's on you. There's too many voices in my head to hear them. Spider. You bastard. Get out of here. No one likes your stupid bullshit. Well, I'm telling you. How about this? End of the video, I'll jump off the top of the freaking castle. Actually, I won't do that because I have 22 levels and freaking XP right now. Not that it really matters. Because I have an XP farm now. Boom! I'm at the top, big B.
Bitch.
What's something else we can talk about? What is your favorite Zelda game and why?
Bitch.
What is your ranking of all the Ocarina of Time Zelda dungeons from worst to best? The absolute worst one has to be the ice dungeon. Stupid ice cave. What the hell's hitting me? Skeleton in front of me. You bitch. Whoa! I'm behind you, bitch. What about the water temple? No, I'd say it goes Ice Cavern, Jabu Jabu's Belly. See, the thing about I'm going too high. The thing about the water temple is, I can't remember if it's just confusing or if it's actually bad. Because I haven't played it outside of a randomizer in a while. I'm going to say it's pretty bad. Like, it's pretty bad designed. There's a lot of backtracking in it. The Ice Cavern is a short dungeon, but the amount of backtracking you have to do into that dungeon just to 100% the game is ridiculous. There's also the fact of it's the only freaking dungeon that requires a bottle, which is a pain in the ass, especially if you are not trying to get all the bottles in the game. Then it's a big pain in the ass. It's just the most annoying too. All the enemies in there just are like, their only attack doesn't even do a lot of damage, but it just wastes your gosh damn time because it freezes you for like 10 minutes and a half. Water Temple is the worst gaming experience ever. I would say on the first go, probably, but after you've done it a few times, it's not bad. The Ice Temple, the Ice Cavern is just bad every time. Like, it's just not fun, ever.
Ever.
I'll beat your ass.
Beat your ass. Matter of fact.
Okay, I'm not gonna die from that fall, I don't think. Woo!
Woo!
Oh, I didn't take any damage. You know, after doing it 3 times, it's too confusing for me. You know, it does backtrack way too much. Okay, I'll give you this. It goes Ice Cavern, and then the Water Temple, and then Jabu Jabu's Belly. Jabu Jabu's Belly has no backtracking. Well, actually, it does, but Jabu Jabu's Belly is just annoying and useless. It's so straightforward that it's like riding a roller coaster, except for you're doing the most obnoxious stuff you have to do in any Zelda game ever. I just have to go look at what this looks like before I decide to go on.
I'm not making fun of you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Being a brat. It still looks like a staircase, but less so.
I was thinking you were making a church.
Does it look better like this? Does it look better like this, or does it look better like the other way?
What are you talking about?
So this is what it looks like.
I'm gonna be honest, it just looks like a big giant blob. Blah.
Duh, because I haven't done any detail on it. I'm just building the walls.
Oh. Duh.
Duh. Which side looks better? This side? Where it's like matching right there, where that looks like a staircase? Or...
I was about to say, just get into fly mode. But you can't. Because you don't.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by not this one. Left side or right side? This is the left side, that's the right side. Which one looks better?
Right.
You like the right side more?
Yeah.
So everything I was just doing for the last 10 minutes was useless?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So much you get off.
This one's good. So, again, left side. You like the left side more. Or do you not like the left side? Do you like the left side? Say, I like the left side. I like it. Okay. I'm going to take that as you like the left side.
I like the right side more.
Yeah, I might have to disagree with Biden here. I think I like the right side more as well.
Like, go way farther than what you looked at it before.
Yeah. Yes, I like the left side. Shut up, skeleton. Okay, let me go on this thing just so you can see it from like a better angle. I think it just adds a little bit more like texture to work with.
I'm gonna go eat food.
So this is what the left side or the right side looks like.
You better get off at 3. Or I'm gonna kick your ass.
I think I like this more. I think I like this more, dude. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
I love my puppy.
I think I like this one more. It just gives it more differentiating texture, I think. Like, look at this. Take a screenshot. I'll wait for the screenshot. Okay. I took it, yep. So there's that, and then there's, let's go on top of here to get a good angle. There's this. I can't see the back from here, but I don't think this one looks good. I don't think it looks good. It's too much all like flat. You know what I mean? If the other side has this and that. Wait a sec here. Okay. Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, like it just, I think that just texture-wise, this one's too bland. It just looks like a straight wall for the most part. Okay, we're gonna go mine off that little section that I just built, and then we'll call it a day. I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. I have D&D tomorrow. Also, I usually don't stream on Sundays anyway. But Monday, I will probably get back on. I don't know if this is enough to mind what I just did. Oh, it's so much. Okay, we'll go until these pickaxes break. And then I'm gonna blow the thing I built for 30 minutes now. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. That's what it means to do this kind of stuff in survival. think I can just drop one, because it looks like I don't even take any damage when I fall on scaffolding. And I lost like 3 at the edge there. Okay. Well, let's go repair this. Also, what did you get for Christmas? Ooh, I got a Darth Vader lightsaber from Disneyland, which is dope as hell. I got some new clothes, and let's see, I got a little figure of Vegeta for one of my friends that I have in my office now. I got multiple portable chargers, like batteries that you can charge your phone on. What else? I got a car. We got a new car for Christmas. It's a Toyota Corolla. And my mom gave me some clothes. I was hoping to get my book done before Christmas, but it didn't pan out, which is fine. I got 2 games and a DLC. Ooh. What 2 games? I was hoping to get a freaking trailer for Elden Ring DLC for Christmas, but guess Santa can't do that, huh? We got some gift cards. We got a $100 gift card for Amazon. 2 $25 gift cards for Beachin. What else? What?
What if we use the ground beef to make like quesadillas? Then dip in the nacho cheese.
Ooh. Maybe. Wait, Teardown DLC? Is that the... Is that the game that I played? Wait, one sec. Is that the game that I played? Yeah! Bro! That game freaking slaps, dude. I love Teardown. I played it for a solid like 5 days straight. And oh my gosh, that game's awesome. I got it for free because of PlayStation Plus, so I didn't get it for free, but you know, I got it included with PlayStation Plus. Dude, that game is so good. I was gonna stream it actually, just to like destroy a bunch of shit. Then I was like, it's just like streaming Minecraft. I might as well just stream Minecraft. Yeah, Teardown's good. I have never played Outer Wilds. Spider-Man 2, I've already talked about it. We can talk about it after you beat it. I have some very strong opinions about that game. Oh, our tier list, dude. Our tier list of dungeons in Ocarina of Time. You bought the DLC for Teardown? I didn't know there was a DLC. So, okay, tier list of Ocarina of Time. Mine would be Tavern at the bottom. Whenever I do a randomizer, I will try everything else before I go to the freaking iced cavern. Ooh, Time Scampers it's called. Okay. But yeah, I'll do everything I possibly can so I don't have to go in that stupid cave. Let's see. Okay, are we gonna rank Ganondorf's castle? Because it's not really a dungeon. It's more of just like 10 mini dungeons. Right? So if that one's going to be ranked, I would rank that one just above the water temple. Or just above Jabu Jabu. Because it kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. You can tell it was built really early in the game, where they had a bunch of different like puzzles. Okay, don't tell Whitney, but I really want to get this done. They had different types of puzzles that weren't going to be in the finished product. Would I die? The zombie would kill me. The zombie would definitely kill me, so let's just... I guess you just have to drop one of those. That's kind of cool. Really early or really late? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. It also had like a bunch of stuff that was just like cut from the game that they just never did anything with, like wind puzzles. They made all of the puzzles for the water temple ice puzzle based. Okay, so after Gandalf's dungeon, I say it'd have to either be... let's see, let me just review the dungeons in my head. It's got to be either the Deku Tree or the Dongo's Cavern, right? Because none of the adult dungeons are that bad besides the Water Temple. I know. I just... Oh shit, I didn't grab any pickaxes. I just want to finish this and make my tier list of the freaking dungeons. I haven't played OOT in a while. Yeah. I haven't played vanilla in a while. I'm just trying to think. I think it'd have to be Deku Tree, probably.
Deku Tree.
No, yeah. Is Deku Tree better than Dongo's Cavern? No, I like Dongo's Cavern more. Let's go Deku Tree. Do I have any pickaxes up here? I don't have a stone one up here, but do I have any iron? I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. Yeah. Alright, we have to go all the way down there. I'd say Deku Tree, then Dongo's Cavern. Alright. Dongo's... Yeah. Okay. Then it's the fire dungeon. The fire temple. I actually do not like the fire temple. I don't hate it. I don't hate the fire temple. Here we go, look what you sent me. Yeah, of course. I actually wanted to do a tier list of all Zelda dungeons. I think that'd be really fun for one of my streams. Okay, I took all the iron out. Yeah, the iron one's out of here, so let's make some more. I don't have a whole lot of iron on me, so let's make some, like 3. It'd be really long, too. Yeah, it'd probably be like 3 hours of me just talking about freaking Zelda dungeons. I do have some hot takes and some wild opinions on them. Such as, I actually don't think the Water Temple's all that bad. I think it's poorly designed for sure. The thing about Ocarina of Time is that they do like this stream. I would love to, but when he's got a vacuum. But the thing I will say is that in Ocarina of Time there are 2 different types of dungeons. There are linear dungeons and there are non-linear dungeons. And the Water Temple feels like it's non-linear, but it's not. you have, like, there is a very specific linear path to how you have to go to every room, and it does not tell you. It's been 3 hours already. Damn. Like, it is very specific on where you need to go, but it does not tell you, and it does not care. Also, there's so much backtracking. That is one thing that I hate the most, is backtracking. Not like going to a previous room because it has a thing that you can do now. It's going to those freaking rooms to play the song, to move the water, and there's only 3 places you can do that in the entire fetching dungeon. Because that's just good game design, I guess. Anyway. So yeah, I will say it crosses all those boxes of like my least favorite things, so it would be pretty low. But I actually don't like the fire temple more. Personally, it has so many ways to go, and also it has the worst. I've gotten stuck on this. It has the worst. Use the item that you get at the late game of the dungeon in the early areas. Like, it has the worst example of that, and that is to get the boss key. So when you show up in the temple, there are these 2 pillar statues that just look like they are just part of the design of the room. Okay, they just look like the design of the room. So, you walk past them. Maybe you walk into the door that goes to like where you can see the boss key, but you walk past them. You go through this dungeon for like 2 hours, and you finally get the hammer. And then I don't even know if it shows you that you can hit those pillars. I'm pretty sure you just have to figure it out. And it's at the very beginning of the dungeon, and it takes forever to get back there unless you do the rest of the dungeon. That gives you a shortcut back to the beginning, but you still have to go out of your way to find that pillar. And it's really stupid. Anyway, that's not my biggest complaint. Biggest complaint is you don't know where to go. There's a lot of secret weird stuff that you have to just kind of know. I don't remember this. Yeah. I didn't remember it either until I replayed it on the 3DS when I did this previous time that I did it, and got super lost and had no idea where the boss key was. And now because I randomized it, I know where everything is. But there's also a secret freaking room in that dungeon with Pierre, the freaking scarecrow. And you can only do it if you have the long shot, an item that you won't get for another dungeon. I hate when dungeons do that so much. I hate it. There's a door in the Deku Tree that requires bombs, and all it leads to is a golden skulltula, and I hate that. What is my first Zelda game? That's a good question. The first one I ever beat was Ocarina of Time. And that's actually it. Oh, it wasn't actually. No, it had to have been. I'm trying to think. You don't remember? So, the first one I ever played was probably Ocarina of Time. Probably. Everybody I knew had an N64 back in the day, or a GameCube. Maybe the first one I played was Wind Waker. I don't remember what the first one I played. I can tell you the first one I beat. The first one I beat was also the very first game I had ever beaten, and it was Ocarina of Time on the N64. What happened was, my family used to have 2 GameCubes. 2, because we had so many kids that we just needed to do 2, I guess. I don't actually remember why we had 2. Anyway, we had 2 GameCubes, and both my little brothers broke both of them on the exact same day. So no more GameCubes. We had no more GameCubes. And my mom, feeling bad for us, but not wanting to spend a bunch of money on either a Wii at that time or a new GameCube. Skyward Swords. I didn't beat it. Okay. But anyway, so my mom, not wanting to spend more money, because it wasn't, they're the ones that broke it, decided to, she went to a yard sale and someone was selling an N64 with a bunch of games on it, or a bunch of games with it, and she bought that. It was like $25 and it came with like 10 games. This is back when the N64 was going up in price, by the way, because it was an old console. It was an old console at that time. The Wii was out. I was playing the N64 when the Wii was out, and we had Ocarina of Time. We also had Majora's Mask, but we didn't have the battery pack, so we couldn't play Majora's Mask. Or we couldn't save. We could play it all we wanted, but we couldn't save. And I don't know if you've ever freaking played that game, especially for the first time. You definitely need saves. Anyway, so I was playing Ocarina of Time, and I remember in my head being like, oh my gosh, I'm about to beat this game. No one else has ever beat this game in my family. And I had an older brother, I had two older sisters. Like, there wasn't a game that hadn't been beaten before. But my brother was too caught up on his PlayStation because he had a PS3. So I was... Anyway. So I had beaten it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not only the first game, like... Not only the first Zelda game I've ever beat, this is the first game I've ever beat. I would have mined that block under my feet if I were you, like the snow ones. Which ones are you talking about? These? But then I'd say we got a Wii after that, and I was able to play GameCube games again. No, the ones with open sky under it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I thought I did. Did I not? I swear I did. Here, let me go sleep real fast, and then we'll go check. We got a Wii, and I was able to play game games on the Wii, and I got Wind Waker. I got it for my birthday, I think. I got that first, and then I beat it like 3 times. Oh, I did get it? Okay. Cool. So Wind Waker is probably my most played, but also Skyward Sword. So Twilight Princess I've only ever beat once, because that game is long as shit. It is so long. I only ever beat it once. I beat it on... I was actually on my way to 100% it too. I was like halfway through the game 100%ing it. I had it on the Wii, not the GameCube, because the GameCube version was way more expensive. And so I had it on the Wii, and I only beat it once. I also got that one for my birthday too, so that was like a year after that, after I got Wind Waker. And then Skyward Sword came out after that. My sister got it for us, and I beat the shit out of that game over and over and over again. Because it was the first time that I was like the old one in our family, like the one that played those games. And I was able to actually get a game when it came out. Like, Twilight Princess came out when I was like 6. Skyward Sword came out when I was 11. So like, I could actually get it. I could actually play it. Like, my family had weird stuff where, like, especially my older brother, if he had a game, you were not allowed to play that game until he beat it, and he would rarely ever beat games. So you just never were allowed to play that game. So, like, Twilight Princess and stuff, I wasn't allowed to beat. or play when he would borrow it from the neighbor or whatever. It wasn't until I got my own when I was like 10 that I was able to do that. Yeah. Well, he's still like that. We got Red Dead when it came out, Red Dead 2, and I bought it with him promising that he'd buy me on my profile when it was on sale. Yeah, it is dumb. When it was on sale, he'd buy me on my profile, and he never did. I had to buy it again. But basically, he would get super upset that I would play it because I know what's Zach. Because I would play it like I would actually advance the story and he wouldn't, and then he'd stop playing it and he'd hate that he'd tell me not to play it whenever he was in the room because he didn't want spoilers or whatever. It was really stupid. Yeah. Anyway, if I had to pick a favorite of all those, I'd say Twilight Princess. I feel like I remember the most about that game with only playing it once. And I really want to replay it again. Anyway, that's going to be the stream for today. We can talk about Zelda more later. I feel like you don't want to help your wife. It's not that I'm helping her, it's just that she needs the vacuum. Okay. I will see you hopefully Monday. If not Monday, then probably Tuesday. And I will be playing The Last of Us on Tuesday for sure, so I'll see you. 'Twas fun.